Welcome to the next session of statistics. Now let me introduce measures of dispersion. What is meant by dispersion, sir? Dispersion is a statistical tool which is used to find the consistency of the data. So let us write first point. Dispersion is a statistical tool which is used to find the consistency of the data. Which is used to find the consistency of the data. Fine. Let us see there are three players A, B, C. In the last 5 innings, they have scored 300. Their total is 300. When I calculate average, A bar is equal to 60, B bar is equal to 60, C bar is equal to 60. What average is saying? All the three players are equally good. You want to select one player into the team. So the data which is provided to is not sufficient to select a person into the team. Let us go to the individual performance. First player has scored runs in this manner. First player has scored runs 60 in each of these 5 innings. Another player 80, 40, 75, etc. Two more values. Total is equal to 300. Let us see 200, 0, 0, 0, 100. This way. Let us take here also 75, 75, 150, 150, 190, 270, 30. So second player has scored runs 80, 40, 75, 75, 30. Third player has scored runs 200, 0, 0, 0, 100. For these three players, total is 300, no doubt about it. Average is 60. Average also saying these three are equally good. But when you go to the consistency, for that what I am doing? Deviations I am taking from a central value. When I take deviations from a central value, 60 minus 60, 0, 60 minus 60, 0, 60 minus 60, 0. So for A, there is no deviation at all. But as far as B is concerned, some deviation is there. It may be positive value or negative value. And C, it is more deviation. Greater the deviation, lesser the consistency. So looking at this data, I can say A is more consistent or most consistent player. When compared to B and C, B is more consistent than C. So to whom I want to select into the team, I prefer A into the team. This is an example for dispersion. So let me revise this point one more time. Dispersion is a statistical tool which is used to study the consistency of the data. Okay, sir. Look at the second point. Dispersion is the degree of variation of the values the variable is assuming from a central value. It means when you take deviation from a central value, it will tell you the spread of these values from the central value. That is the definition of dispersion. Okay. Now, measures of dispersion. We have two approaches to calculate the measures of dispersion. One is absolute measure, second one is relative measure. Absolute measures, second one is relative measures. First one is absolute measure, second one is relative measures. The measures of dispersion which are expressed in terms of original units of data is known as an absolute measure. The measures of dispersion which are expressed in terms of original units of data. Look at this. The measures of dispersion which are expressed in terms of original units of data is known as an absolute measure. Is known as an absolute measure. The measures which are expressed as ratios, which are expressed as a ratio or as a percentage, is known as a relative measure. Is known as a relative measure. The measures which are expressed as a ratio or as a percentage is known as a relative measure or relative measures. Here also absolute measures. Fine. So let us see absolute measures. Relative measures. Absolute measures, relative measures. Absolute measures, relative measures. First one is range, semi-interquartile range, semi-interquartile range or quartile deviation. Semi-interquartile range or quartile deviation. Third one is absolute or average or a mean deviation. Fourth one, standard deviation. Fourth one is standard deviation. Relative measures. Coefficient of range. Coefficient of quartile deviation. Coefficient of mean deviation. Coefficient of variation. C. Coefficient of variation. This way we have 4 absolute measures and 4 relative measures. Okay. Next point, sir. For comparing the variability of two or more series, we use relative measures of dispersion. Relative measures of dispersion instead of absolute measures. Instead of absolute measures. For comparing the variability of two or more series, we use relative measures of dispersion instead of absolute measures. Okay. Now let us discuss about these measures of dispersion one after another, in their characteristics, uses, how to calculate. First one is range. Range is a positional measure of dispersion. A positional measure of dispersion. Range is a positional measure of dispersion. It is defined as the difference between two extreme observations. What does it mean actually, sir? Range is equal to x maximum minus x minimum. X is a variable, assumed some values. So in this there is one value maximum, one value minimum. Difference of these two is known as range. x maximum minus x min. For a continuous series, range is defined as the difference between range is defined as the difference between upper limit of the highest class boundary and no sir, let me rephrase this. For a continuous series, range is defined as the difference between two extreme class boundaries for a continuous series. Range is defined as the difference between two extreme class boundaries. Third point, for calculation of range, frequencies are not required, or you can say we can ignore the frequencies. For calculation of range, frequencies are not required, or you can say frequencies can be ignored. Next, range is dependent on change of scale but independent of horizon. Range is dependent on change of scale but independent of horizon. It means when two variables are related by y is equal to ax plus b, range of the variable y is equal to modulus of x coefficient into range of x. Range is dependent on change of scale but independent of change of horizon. So range of y is equal to modulus of x coefficient into range of x when two variables x and y are related by y is equal to ax plus b. coefficient of range is equal to x maximum minus x minimum divided by x maximum plus x minimum into 100. When you multiply with 100 means answer we are expressing in percentage. So coefficient of range is equal to x maximum minus x minimum by x maximum plus x minimum into 100. Next point, when the variable assumes a constant value comma range is 0. Range is 0. Let us see, for example, x has taken 6 values, all are equal. So maximum is equal to 7, minimum also 7, maximum minus minimum is equal to 0. Most consistent data. Most consistent data. So let me repeat this point. When the variable assumes a constant value, range is 0. Now look at this next point. Range cannot be used when we are dealing with open-end classes. Range cannot be used when we are dealing with open-end classes. Let me revise this point once again. Marks, number of students. Open-end classes means lower limit of the smallest class and upper limit of the highest class are not defined. Less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 and above. 40 and above. This way upper limit of the highest class is not given, or you can say upper class boundary of the highest class is not given, lower class boundary of the smallest class is not given. And we know range is dependent on these two values only. Range is dependent on these two values. I cannot calculate range when I don't know the upper class boundary of highest class and lower class boundary of the smallest class. And for open-end classes, these two values are not given, so we cannot calculate range. Now here frequencies I am not representing. Reason is for calculation of range, there is no need to consider frequencies. Okay. Next point. Range is used in industry for the statistical quality control range is used in industry for the statistical quality control of the manufactured product by constructing R chart. It is a tool or you can say it is a statistical tool which is used to test whether the production is under control or not. For that, a range is used in industry. These are the few points which you have to know before entering into the practical part of range. Let us see the questions based on this after this. Question number 1. Following are the wages of 8 workers expressed in rupees. Expressed in rupees 82, 96, 52, 75, 70, 65, 50 and 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See the solution. Let x is a variable. Let x is a variable which will represent wages of the workers in rupees. So I can take up as it is, no need to arrange the data in ascending order. So x maximum is equal to 96. X maximum is equal to 96. X minimum is equal to 50. So range is equal to 96 minus 50. It is in rupees. Rupees 46. Rupees 46. Coefficient of range is equal to coefficient of range is equal to 96 minus 50 divided by 96 plus 50 into 100. So 46 divided by 146 into 100. Look at this. 46 divided by 146 into 100. 31.50. 31.5068. This is 31.51%. Variation in wages is 31.51%. Notice this here, range here expressed in terms of original units of data. It is in rupees. So it is an absolute measure. It is an absolute measure. Here it is expressed as a percentage and it has no units. It is a relative measure. A relative measure. Okay. Let us see the next question. If the relationship between x and y is given by x and y is given by 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. Range of x is equal to rupees 10. What would be the range of y? What would be the range of y? This is my question. Now look at the data given to you. Look at the data given to you. A line equation is given. 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. Range of the variable x is given as 2. The value of the variable is here, value of the variable x is 10. So x variable value is given. It is an independent variable. What will I do? I will put it in standard form. The given equation, I will put it in standard form. So see the solution part of this. 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 10. Y is equal to minus 2 by 3 into x plus 10 by 3. Minus 2 by 3 into x plus 10 by 3. Range of the variable y is equal to modulus of x coefficient into range of x. So this is minus 2 by 3 into range of x is 10 is equal to 2 by 3 into 10, 20 by 3. It is 6.67. You can write it in rupees because here units are given. Rupees 6.67. This way you have to calculate a range of y. This question is based on the property of range is independent of change of horizon but not of scale. Let us see one more question of this. Question number 3. If Rx and Ry denote ranges of x and y respectively, x and y respectively, where x and y are related by x and y are related by 3x plus 2y plus 10 equal to 0. So you have to find the relation between the ranges of variable x and y. See the solution. Line equation is given. Whenever a line equation is given means you have to use the property of change of horizon and scale. Change of horizon and scale. So I'll write 2y is equal to minus 3x minus 10, treating x as independent variable and y as a dependent variable. Y is equal to minus 3 by 2 into x minus 10 by 2. Range of the variable y is modulus of x coefficient into range of x. Range of y is 3 by 2 into range of x. So 2 times range of y is equal to 3 times range of x. 2 times range of y is equal to 3 times range of x. That is the relation between the two variables. in terms of ranges? This is another question. Look at the next question. If the range of variable x if the range of x is 2, what would be the range of minus 3x plus 50? What would be the range of minus 3x plus 50? How can we solve this? Simple. You take y is equal to minus 3x plus 50. This is of the type y is equal to ax plus b. This is of the type y is equal to ax plus b. It means you have to use change of origin and scale property. We know range is independent of change of origin. It means when a constant is added or when a constant is subtracted, range will remain same. But if the variable x is multiplied with any constant or divided by any constant, range will change. How to calculate this? Range of y is equal to modulus of x coefficient into range of x minus 3 in modulus r of x is given as 2. So 3 into 2, this is 6. 3 into 2, this is 6. Therefore, range of y is equal to 6. Range of y is equal to 6. This is the answer to this question. See the next question. Find range and the coefficient of range. Find range and the coefficient of range for the following distribution of weights in kilograms. Let us denote this with x. Number of students. Frequency. It is 50 to 54, 55 to 59, 60 to 64, 65 to 69, 70 to 74, 12, 18, 23, 10, 3. This is my question. Now, this is a continuous series of inclusive type. But what is the range for a continuous series? difference between upper class boundary of the highest class and lower class boundary of the smallest class. So what is required here? Class limits I have to convert into class boundaries, because it is a continuous series of inclusive type. We have to convert this one into continuous series of exclusive type. So let us see the working part for this. Calculate correction factor. Correction factor. Correction factor D is equal to lower limit of succeeding class minus upper limit of preceding class whole divided by 2. D is equal to upper limit of succeeding class, lower limit of succeeding class minus upper limit of preceding class. Lower limit 55, upper limit of the preceding class 54. This is 1 by 2 into 1, 0.5. 0.5. Look at this. Range is equal to upper class boundary of highest class minus lower class boundary of smallest class. So this is 74.5. Lower class boundary is equal to 50 minus 0.5. This is 49.5. Upper class boundary is 74 plus 0.5. 74.5. 74.5 minus 49.5. This is 74.5 minus 49.5. This is 25. Coefficient of range is equal to 74.5 minus 49.5 divided by into 100. So numerator is 25. Numerator is 25. Denominator 74.5 plus 49.5, 124 into 100. So this is 25 into 100 is equal to divided by 124. 20.16. 20.16%. That is the variation in weights. Let me take up one more question. This is a 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 11, 25, 16, 7, 5. This is it. Okay. Now once again, it is a continuous series of inclusive type. So it should be converted into exclusive type. Correction factor is required. Correction factor is equal to lower limit of the succeeding class lower limit of the succeeding class minus upper limit of the preceding class. So divided by 2, this is 1 by 2 into 20 minus 19, 1 by 2, 0.5. One more time I am repeating this point. It is a continuous series of inclusive type. First I have to convert this one into exclusive type, because when it is an inclusive type I will get a class limits, but the calculation of my range is dependent on class boundaries. Therefore class limits are converted into class boundaries. For that, what is required? Correction factor is required. How to calculate the correction factor? This is 1 by 2 into lower limit of the succeeding class minus upper limit of the preceding class. Now lower class boundary is equal to lower class limit minus correction factor. Now I am interested only for these two. I am interested only for these two values, because calculation of range is dependent on these two only. So this is 10 minus 0.5, this is 9.5. Upper class boundary is equal to upper class limit minus plus correction factor. 59 plus 0.5, 59.5. So range is equal to 59.5 minus 9.5. 59.5 minus 9.5. This is 50. Coefficient of range is equal to 59.5 minus 9.5 divided by 59.5 plus 9.5 into 100. This is 50 divided by 59.5 plus 9.5, 69 into 100. So this is 5000 divided by 69. 72.46. 72.46. Okay, so that's all for this video. Remaining in the next session. Thank you.